It's 14 to 7 on 666 Breakfast. Look, there are a lot of things in life that would be particularly awkward. One thing I think would be more awkward than most is if your best friend all of a sudden became your stepdad or your stepmum. I think that would be very, very uncomfortable indeed. It has been captured in a few films over the years, and now there's a local production which starts today at Dendy here in Canberra. It's the work of a couple of local chaps. Well, I don't know whether they're still local, but we'll call them Canberrans anyway for the sake of this morning. Callum, Padgham and Tavis Urquhart. Good morning, boys.
Morning.
Morning, Ross. Morning, Tavis.
Can we still call
Tavis.
you Tavis?
Yeah, Tavis.
What happened there? Did your parents forget to put the R in when they named you? Or?
Yeah, I like to think so. No, it's a Scottish name. It actually means son of David, and my dad's name's David. So for a silly name, it's got a bit of logic to it.
His mum was pissed.
Yeah, mum was drunk.
Also, actually, I'm just going to quickly pull you up for a moment.
No,
You've got 3 televisions on
I know.
at the moment.
I know, and look... and
Separating work from leisure there, Ross.
And is any of them giving you anything worthwhile at the moment?
Well, the sound isn't on. So
yeah, the sound isn't on.
I know, but if you can lip read, you see.
Yeah.
There's only one head on there at the moment.
Yeah.
Tell me about... Has this actually happened to either of you at any time? Or do you know somebody who it's happened to?
It's interesting you should say that, Ross, because, look, it is, in some degree, based very loosely on a true story. Tavis, you may be able to elaborate on this.
Yes. No, so much based on a true story. We met at film school, obviously, and our cinematography teacher gets a bit carried away with jokes.
Right.
And he was just bullying me one day, as all good lecturers do, and saying that, just talking about a hypothetical, emphasis on the hypothetical situation.
I'm not so sure about that, Tavis.
Cal would soon marry my mother, because my parents divorced when I was about 9.
Right.
So she's been a single woman.
So your mum's available.
Yeah, yes, Ross. Are you interested?
And look, over.
And all this time you thought that Callum's your mate because he loves your humour and thinks you're a nice bloke.
Yeah,
but
because you're tall and you've got bushy eyebrows. Yeah. That's exactly what I'm after. But look, things started happening, Ross.
Yeah.
Like, for example, I'd be receiving texts from Tavis's mother asking where he is, when he wasn't even receiving the text. And now, look, maybe his phone was off. Yeah. Let's not get bogged down in semantics.
So you thought, hey, Tavis, wouldn't it be fun if we made a movie about a bloke who cracks onto his best mate's mum?
Yeah, how could I refuse that?
And at what stage did you join the dots, Tavis, and think, hang on a minute?
I'm still joining
This is a little bit awkward.
No.
Are you both still living in Canberra?
Incorrect.
Cal's an original Canberran.
Yeah, Canberra expat. Moved to Melbourne 4 years ago. So we've been studying at Swinburne in Paran.
Yep.
And we met in first year a few years ago.
And is this your first co-production together?
Second. The first was a 70-minute documentary we made where Callum went homeless for a week, and I documented the whole thing.
Right. And was rescued by someone's mother. Who came along. One of his mates' mothers came along and said, "Come and live with me in my spatial load."
No, this is the second.
Ooh, he's looking a bit uncomfortable, man.
For the first time, bloody hell!
I'm looking forward to this interview to finish.
Look, speaking of comfort, actually, Ross, you may be familiar with my mother. Now, I don't know how particularly familiar, and I don't really want to go into details.
We are on air, you know that, don't you?
Oh, Jesus Christ! Look, and Joe Padgham.
Yes, indeed.
Taught your children.
Yeah. Yep.
And look, I'm of the understanding that you also have a son named Callum.
I do. Oh God.
Now, Ross, this may come as a surprise to you, but Daddy, I'm home.
He's got a little notepad full of this stuff.
Tavis, shut up.
Is Joe listening or what?
I don't know, probably. Almost certainly.
I certainly hope my son Callum's not listening.
Yeah, actually, but it's actually on the...
It's very spooky indeed. They're very spooky. Tell me about...
Wait. I'm not finished yet.
All right, sorry.
Speaking of who is listening, I think, look, it's really kind of Larry, by the way, just a big ups to the producer, Larry, today, to have us on at 6:40 in the morning, because I think we're really hitting home to the 18 to 25 demographic.
Definitely.
Most definitely.
Melba, of course, who just called in.
Melva,
why aren't you playing 50s music anymore? Yep. Well, that's actually a recurring theme throughout Frienddad.
If you love 50 music,
there's lots of...
I love Frienddad.
Really? Lots of Fats Domino?
Yeah.
You
should check out the music. It's actually, it's not unlike perhaps like that's, 50s, 60s.
Have you got any original music in it?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's done by another former Canberran.
Because you have to do original music because it's so bloody expensive expensive, isn't it? If you want to start
so
using...
bloody expensive. I got lucky because a friend of mine who I went to school with, we went to Turner School
Canberra,
together, then Lynham High together, and then he moved off. He shipped off to America, and then now he's just graduated Berkeley in Boston with a major in film composition.
Right.
So he composed all of the stuff for it at a minimum fee. So it's awesome. We're so happy
And
with it.
when you put a movie together, obviously it costs a lot of money, doesn't it? It's not cheap to do.
No, definitely not.
So, I mean, you both look like you're outstanding actors. You both appear in the movie.
That's right. Yep.
So that cuts a bit of costs,
Yeah,
obviously.
Certainly.
Feeds the ego as well.
Any nude scenes or anything like that? Or?
They're actually,
Carl gets into his underpants.
Oh,
at
good.
one-
which was never in the script.
No.
And in fact, all the other actors were quite surprised when one day you
Yeah,
just walked
no.
in wearing your jocks
Yes. Well, he gets,
in a
like,
scene which, funnily, was about catching a bus to work.
It was an improvised scene where
expensive
it was an
improvisation.
improvised scene which was meant to be I walk over to Tavis's mother and
The actress playing.
the actress
Travis's mother.
who
not
actually
my
is
mother.
an uncanny resemblance for the real thing.
Yeah.
Believe you me. And of course the camera cuts away to the door, and you hear some noises. There's some allusions to I don't want to go into details,
Yeah,
but then
yeah.
Tavis appears at the door. But then we just kept the cameras rolling, so I just stripped off my robe entirely, and we did about 5 or 6 takes where I just barrel her on the couch, and
She was not happy about
yeah,
it.
no, absolutely not. I think we had to raise her wage that then and there.
Yeah, and for listeners not sure, barrel means playing Pictionary. Now, it's something totally unrelated. In just a moment, we're going to be talking to a bloke who's just been out looking for the world's biggest crab. It's a 7 to 7 on 666 Breakfast. So now, in the end, you've got to sit down and when you are the co-creators, the actors, and all that sort of stuff, who's the quality control for Frienddad?
Friends, probably. Good
Yeah.
friends of ours.
Yeah.
Ourselves,
And does that make it harder though? Because like Friends, it's sometimes a bit hard to.
No.
it's pretty easy to tell them to
Yeah.
go away and get stuffed, basically.
Yeah.
But
Lucky for
we
us,
do listen to them.
We've got a really, really tight-knit group of friends,
Yeah,
Yeah.
very
and
honest.
they hate us equally. So
That makes
They're
it
not
easy.
scared of telling us.
yeah, they will also tell us to get stuffed.
Were you nervous were you sitting in the room with them when they were all watching it, thinking, "Oh, how's this going to go? Are they going to like me in my jocks?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
It's always nerve-wracking.
We screened it in Melbourne last month
Yep.
at a venue called Revolver.
Yep.
Also, big ups to Cassie Walker for organising that.
Mm.
And that was great. That was basically what inspired the move to tour it down here as well.
Mm.
But I think aside from a few technical difficulties, it was such a fantastic night. But I will say, and I've just got a brief little anecdote for you. So we're charging $8 on the door.
Tonight?
No. Tonight it's a cool 17. It's a touring production now, Ross. Okay. We were charging $8 on the door, and at the very end,
Why does Melbourne get to pay $8 and we have to pay $17? What's that all about?
look, it's an 8-hour drive. Why don't you head down if you're complaining? I did actually tell our crowd who were gushing at this stage.
I
Granted,
could imagine.
absolutely,
Yeah.
and I told them. Guys, all of your donations today from the door are going straight to Frienddad Episode 2, the Christmas special, which receives a riotous applause.
Pantomime, yeah.
I was actually lying through my teeth because all of the donations went to the hotel room after party that night.
Beautiful.
Different story tonight, of course. Please do come along.
Yeah.
Do come, and is it all weekend? Is it been scheduled? Do we know? At Dendy?
One night only.
One
Ross.
night. No. Get there, Dendy tonight. What time?
Melva, come along. I would say plenty of 50s music for you. What time?
Yeah.
8 p.m.
8 p.m.
If Melva comes along, it will be free entry.
Free entry for Melva.
If Melva would like to come along, we will reserve a ticket at the door for free.
There you are, Melva. You cannot, and there'll be some 50s music in there
Yeah.
as well for you. Boys, thanks so much for coming in. Good luck
you,
with
Ross.
it. I'm looking
Ross.
forward to the Christmas follow-up. Callum, Padgham and Tavis. And Callum, just ask your mum, is lunch still on? Because I haven't had a chance to catch up with her lately. It's called Frienddad on tonight. One night only at Dendy.
When your mother needs a lover and you wake up to discover that your friend is now your father, it's Frienddad. If you're in a bit of strife, you might be reaching for the knife, but it's a topsy-turvy life with Frienddad. Negative, nervous to possibly deserve this, always awkward and absurd. Open up the can of worms, never boring, planning